Hi there! Are you looking for fun and easy way to decorate your home for Christmas? Well, you might try crocheting those little baubles, and they're a great way to use your leftover yarn and create some little ornaments that only you will have. So in this tutorial, I will show you how to crochet those little Christmas baubles using some leftover yarn, a small crochet hook, because you need those tight stitches there, and some plastic Christmas balls that you can just change their color every year with the colors you want. So you can use those bubbles to decorate your Christmas tree, a wreath, to use them around your home. I still kept the tops for them, so you can still hang them, or if you cover them, they'll be just completely round balls, or you remove them completely. And I hope you enjoy this little crochet Christmas ornament tutorial. Happy crocheting, and I'll catch you in the tutorial. My bubble has a circumference of 6 inches, but the diameter is probably 2 inches across the middle, or 2.5 maybe. I need another tool to measure that, but it's a small one. It's not that big. So my pattern will fit that type of a bubble. It's made of 2 parts that we're gonna connect in the middle. And this is my first one. I did the first one, so we'll do the second one together, and then we'll just make it into this one. Let's get started. I'm using a 3mm crochet hook, quite thin. That's not recommended for a medium 4-weight yarn, but since I want my stitches to be tight, I will be using a smaller hook. So go smaller than your yarn recommendations are. So we'll start with the magic ring, which is wrap the tail of your yarn around your middle finger and insert your hook under the tail, grab your working yarn, and then chain 3. And this will count as the first double crochet in the ring. So yarn over for the first double crochet and go into the ring, grabbing the 2 strands, going under the 2 strands, and then doing a double crochet. So we'll do 11 double crochets for a total of 12 double crochets into the ring, and I'll catch you at the end. Now pull your tail so you can get the ring small, and going back on the top of the chain, do a slip stitch. And now I usually like threading my whole project through the loop so I can get the tail trapped up and then have that knot really secure here. And I'll cut my thread because I'll have 2 new colors introduced into the new row. So before we start with the new colors, you can thread those 2 ends through some of the stitches here in the back. So when you go with the new colors, you'll just crochet over them and they will be weaved in. So you don't have to do that at the end. All right, there we are. Now we'll be working in between the posts. We're not going to be going into the stitch here. We'll be working into the post in between each post, not in the stitch. So grabbing your new yarn, in this case, I'll start with the red one. I'll make a slip knot here. Put it on your hook and then go through one of the posts and use your tail as well so you have a really secure spot for it, and do a single crochet with your yarn, and then the next single crochet will be with both of the tail and your working yarn, and then let the tail go, and you have 2 chains now on your post. So into the same spot we'll do 1 more double crochet, and I'll lead my tail inside so I can trap it as well. So here we did the first set of 2 double crochets. The chain will count as a double crochet, but actually I'm going to introduce the new color. So at this point I will actually not finish my second double crochet, and then grab my new green color here, and now I'm going to finish that double crochet with my new color. And the red one will be going inside the stitches. So inside, in between the next 2 posts, we'll do a double crochet with the green color. I'm not gonna finish that green color because I'll switch it to red. Let the green go and use your red. Now, having all these tails run inside the stitches, we'll do 2 double crochets into the next space between the posts. And then the second one, we will not gonna finish again. We'll let it go and we'll grab our other color. And now into the next post space, we'll have a double crochet. We'll let the color go, use green, and this is how we switch colors. So on top we still see those stitches as we go. And we are going into the next one with 2, and we'll be repeating that 2 1 2 1 till the end of the round for a total of 18 double crochets in that row. So once I reach the end, I'll go into that stitch on top at the beginning, and I'll do a slip stitch into my stitch that's waiting on the hook. And now I will thread again my whole project through the big loop here so it's secure. And now I'll be working with my green, and the red will just wait in the back. So with my next row, I'll be going again in between the posts. So I'm not working in the stitches at all here, not here, but in between the posts. And I'll be doing 2 double crochets but in a cluster. So I'll just move to the next space here so I can make the loop for the first double crochet, which actually is chain 2. And we will count this as a double crochet. So into the same space we'll do 1 more double crochet. Then we'll be going into the next space between the posts with a cluster of 2 double crochets, which we'll do. Here is the first double crochet. It's gonna wait on our hook. Then we yarn over for the second double crochet. Here it is. And now we're gonna be getting those 3 loops together into one. And we are going into the next space between the posts. We do a cluster of 2 double crochets. And we'll go just like this till the end of the round. And here, in between those 2, we'll do a cluster of 2 double crochets. It actually makes it look like a heart. And we'll just be grabbing them together again. And just like that, we'll go till the end of the round. So in this round, you should have 36 posts or 18 groups of 2 double crochets. And when we get to the beginning again, we'll go into the stitch and we'll do a slip stitch so we can close our round. And again, I'll make my loop bigger and get my whole project through it. This way my red goes up without me doing anything about it. It's like a trick, which I really like a lot. And now we're going to be doing the last round, but at the same time, we will be attaching it to the other half as well. So I'll be having again clusters of 2, but in between each clusters of 2 from the previous round. So over here, I'll be working in between the clusters, not in the stitches. So I will go into that first space between the stitches and then chain 2, which will be my first double crochet. And then I will yarn over for the first double crochet here. And now I'll go into the space between the clusters of the other half, and I will do a slip stitch here. And now we will be working into the next space between the green clusters. And we'll do 2 double crochets, but as a cluster. So do not finish the 3 loops, and now go through 3 of them. And now go into the space between the clusters of the other half. Do a slip stitch, and now do double crochets, clusters. There it is. Make sure you tighten your stitches. Go into the next one. And once I pass by half, I will be putting my bauble inside. So once you put the decoration inside, it gets a little bit tricky. Make sure you crochet tightly. So there it is. I will just go ahead and either use a needle or just go around just like this and make sure I work around the bubbles hanging part. So I'll use it. Or you can make your own. If you use like a ball, like a foam ball from the dollar store, you can just use those as a hanging loop. Hide my ends inside the bubble. Thank you all. Have a great day. Subscribe.